What's up, guys? TimInTheNorth back with another ranked AoE2 matchup. Today we are in Hideout, I believe it's called. I think this is only like the second time that I've played this map. My opponent is Maximus, playing as the Hindustani, one of my more favorite civs to play as. But this time I'm playing as the Poles. And yeah, I'm a little unfamiliar with the, like, as I said, I'm unfamiliar with this map, but hunt is relatively close, so I'm trying to get that in early. I don't want the cow that I first started on to completely rot, so splitting up the vills a little bit here, putting some on hunt and trying to get something out of cow. But overall, pretty decent setup. This deer is going to be a pain for me, obviously. Wanting to hang out right by a perimeter that I can't get around. Sending my first Vil to wood. I am thinking about trying to do some early scouting at this point when I first started this up. Finally have the deer in a decent position here. Let's see what my opponent is. My opponent is... looks like hunt. Yeah, pushing hunt in. So 2 boars and a forward berries for my opponent. I guess, is it considered forward? It's not really forward towards my base, but it's forward in where I would come from. I don't know. Anyway, first boar coming in. Here's my second one, right here. Look at that. I've already managed to idle my town center for at least 1 Vil's worth. There we go. Keeping the dream alive. So my opponent is already left his hideout and has started early scouting. I am also, nope, maybe not. Walking back. What am I looking at? Just my dark little spot on the map. I am bouncing around, I guess. Okay. So I have not scouted early, and that's gonna work against me. Trust me. So 3 on wood. That may have been a mistake. I usually try to open up with 2 on wood, rest on food to click up earlier. But it is what it is. I do have all my cows. I really don't know what I'm doing at this point. Probably panicking because as I said, don't have a whole lot of experience in that. My opponent's finishing up that boar. They're clicking up with loom. Were they howls, maybe? They might have been howls. Dropping a farm finally for myself. It's in a good position too. It'll the Poles farm. The perimeter gets a boost. This is not good. The perimeter gets a boost and it'll be right in the range of the farms that I'll initially put down for my town center. But also berries near the perimeter here isn't great for me. 4 on wood, 3 on wood for myself. My opponent has done some decent scouting. I am finally out of my base and scouting now, so that's good to see. But yeah, let's speed this up just a little bit here. Dark Age is, you know, Dark Age things. Nothing too spectacular. I am dropping another wood line here, largely because from my experience with enclosed, you know, castle gets dropped by wood line, so it's good to have another wood line down. I'm finally on cows here. We've both clicked up to Dark Age. I have finally found my opponent's base, and I did see that they had their barracks down already, so I'd assumed that they're going to get a stable down as well. Or, you know, just something to get early pressure. I have opted for an archery range. And my reason for that is because my opponent is playing as the Hindustani. They are going to, yeah, let's put this at normal pace here. So my opponent's coming in for early pressure, but I'm going with a range because my opponent is playing as the Hindustani, so camels will have an advantage against my knights. And that's why I'm opting for for some. So opponent's trying to bust in here. Fortunately, I do need to get houses down at some point. So we have 24 vills and a decent amount of wood. Really need to start getting some farms down, but going to get a spearman down. My opponent's got his other scout on that gate. There's 3 here. I think I thought there was 2. There probably was 2 initially. So I am seeing some early pressure here that I need to ultimately respond to in some capacity. I can't just let him bust in here. This gate's looking kind of rough. This vill's chilling. I think I was going to send him back, but then I was like, maybe I should try to repair this. I think I locked this gate as well, so my vill didn't accidentally walk out and open up the gate for this guy. But now 4 vills are going to 4 scouts are going to be on this palisade gate, and that's kind of the weak part of gates, right? And a lot of people opt to not put the gate down is because more units can attack it at one time, and it's not a very strong part of the wall. So archers are here, gonna push the scouts off for now, but there's also another scout over here. So my opponent has invested into 4 additional scouts. The archer play is probably best right now because I can hit them from the other side of the fence. But I am getting spread out here, and that's starting to get frustrating. Watching one side and trying to address another side. So he's backed off here. A very good distraction, I'd say. It pulled all of my archers over in this direction, and I think I've thought about pulling this vill back, but now we're in trouble. That gate is. The bar is right there. I pull the spearmen over in case they do get through. They could start doing something along with my scout. But my opponent has clicked up the castle age, and of course I'm falling behind to get up at another age. Like I said, you can always bet that I will be the last to castle age in my matches. My archers did take care of that scout, and my opponent has finally decided to back off at this point. So I can breathe a little bit now. I have 16 farms down. Plenty of food in the case that I want to drop a town center. This guy's chilling, not doing anything. I do have 14 on wood. A little too much on wood, but I do know that I need to get archers out. As I said, as playing as the Hindustanis, I can't rely solely on knights because of the camels. But we'll speed things up again a little bit here, just because we're waiting for a click up, or the up to finally click over. I guess, I don't know. Running out of words. But my opponent's in Castle Age immediately drops a town center right on the wood line and gold. It's a solid town center. I am officially dropping a market as I'm hopping into Castle Age, just because I know that I'm probably going to end up having a lot of wood and can sell that off. A little bit of wood fall off here on my opponent. The town center was costly. Started moving some farms around, and see my opponent is immediately gone into camel riders. Smart play, going into cavalry civ. But we'll slow things back down. I'm trying to get some scouting done here. As you can see, I've not done a great job because I had to address early pressure. I have the initial ring around the map, but that's about it. My opponent's parked scouts over here, probably planning on doing something. A 3rd town center comes down on top of stone for my opponent. I'm still trying to get my 2nd town center up. This isn't a bad spot when I was planning on doing this, largely because this mass of trees is here. I can put a house here and put something here to wall off on the side. My opponent has come through. Fortunately, I have spearmen here. These archers, or crossbowmen now, will fend off these scouts. I have grabbed iron casting, which doesn't make a lot of sense. No, sorry, I'm not blue. My opponent's grabbed iron casting, and I am still trying to grab eco upgrades. So yeah, here comes that wall that I was considering. Opponent is playing for relics, which the early pressure, I would say, really kind of prevented me from getting a lot of it, or having an opportunity of really grabbing. Opponent has backed off with the scouts and running back that way. It looks like that monk going to make it. Might not. I think this monk's in trouble. This monk's in trouble. This monk is not going to make it back with that relic. Oh! Made it. I never swapped this to attack or aggressive stance, so that one will slip away. But yeah, trying to balance out here. I want to get more archers or crossbowmen out. See, I'm dropping a lot more ranges. I have 12 ranges down, 3 in queue. My opponent's trying to get more stables down. Yeah, and I'm going heavy into the crossbow simply because I have something for the camel riders. So I did have a monk. I did want to grab the relic that was out here, but obviously that got away from me. I don't think I know about the other ones. I seen this one, but kind of far away at this point, and it looks like my opponent's going to get away with that one as well. Snap. Okay. So archery range is coming out for me. I have 1 on stone. I'm not really thinking too much about stone at this point. Town center idle. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is the first time we're looking at this. My opponent has 8, but my opponent does have 3 town centers down. Scout. Finished off over here. My opponent does have 3 town centers, so keeping all 3 running is probably a struggle early on. For the number of farms, 22. I have 16. So we'd see that I ran out of wood at some point. But opponent's dropping a castle. Base. Everything's safe. Slowly getting there with my archers. Bach and arrow coming in from the opponent. Mostly primarily for that castle, I would assume. But 7 on stone. I've officially put 2 for myself. I am battling pop space, it seems. Not getting a ton of houses down. There we go. Finally getting some houses down. I want to get those spammed. Dropping a castle would free up a lot for me. I initially was placing the siege workshop here, but wanted to go a little bit more forward with it. Also putting a university down, wanting ballistics, so my archers are more accurate, especially if they're going to be firing at camel riders. I'm going to drop another town center down. Fourth TC. So idle TC is going to be jumping up if they're not putting enough bills in queue. They have plenty of resources, as you can see. Why they probably have a point lead. They're not spending the there we go. They clicked up the Imperial Age. That's what they were. I guess they were. So they will get up to Imperial Age before me. Did I just click up? There it is. So they will get up there before me. I do have a nice bit of crossbowmen. Siege Workshop hasn't produced anything yet. What I do like about the polls, though, is that the Rams get their 3rd upgrade. So I love using, what is it? I guess they're armored Rams. I can't remember the name. They will make an appearance. So I'll make sure I look at the name when they show up. But love using Rams here. Also, the fact that this area has wooden fences makes Rams a lot more enticing, I guess. especially if any buildings are down, they have blast damage to their impact.
Do waszych
So,
usług.
30 crossbowmen here. Gonna find a castle in a second. Oh, there it is. All right, so pull back.
Jakieś rozkazania?
We're not gonna be shooting anything across wooden fences today. I did opt to try to go around. I think I just learned that these are stone walls that they were trying to put up, but my strategy is to go around this way, but then I see these coming in. So the Hindustanis counter to crossbows and archers are the what is the name? Get the name. The Ghulams. So they have higher pierce damage. I think they need to be elite though. I'm not entirely sure, but seeing these, I know that I need to go with some sort of cav still. This could be a problem. So I do have cavalry being produced. This siege workshop is in trouble. I do have 2 battering rams in the parking garage, so to speak. They're ready to go, but I need to get rid of this because this could be a problem. Also, let me turn the whole map back on so we can go here. Another town center for my opponent. Just trying to stay safe there. They're trying to clean up this siege workshop. That golem will go down. I did send cavalry back that way to do some work here and stop and hold these guys off. They will meet their death here, running into the edge of the map and not having anywhere to go. This threat will have officially been dealt with. Another TC. So this is interesting. I haven't watched the replay of this, so I didn't really know what was in here, I guess. It's also been about a week or so since I played this match. But dropping a castle myself just because we've already had units run through here. This will at least slow them down. I'm not too worried about over here because I have some barrier myself, and my opponent knows that pressure is over here now, so I'm not too worried about being approached from the other side. So capped ram is coming in, the first upgrade or second tier of the ram. I think I want to drop another workshop just because you can only produce or upgrade one at a time, so I'd like to, thinking now, I'd like to get some more rams being produced. Obviously, with a castle, I can produce some trebs. Those will obviously be important, but with the ram upgrades that are available, I do want the armor-plated. I'm gonna drop some stables. As I said, the golems kind of made me nervous, and it's just good to raid with cavalry, obviously. So my opponent is booming, but they are up to 40 minutes idle TC time, so they're idling while they have bills in the queue. So really the idle TC time is probably a bit inflated, but they are behind on bills. 84, I've stopped at 102. I need to do a better job at that. Siege ramp, so it's just siege ramp. But we know that the armor-plated rams. I have winged hussars ready to, do some raids. My opponent hasn't produced a whole lot of military units. They've really just gone with the boom here. Are producing bombard cannons though, which great for pushing down castles here. But does he know that I have a castle? I have no idea. Those siege rams are beautiful. Okay, there's another siege workshop, so I can get more rams into production there. Finally got crop rotation, blast furnace, so the winged hussars will be able to do a little bit more damage. But we're about to have our showdown here. that we've been leading up to. A castle is coming down here in the east, though, so we are seeing my opponent creep in this direction, along with the stable right here. I think this town center got forgotten. It's a weird town center to begin with. So, yeah. So, I'm gonna make my push now. I have siege rams marching forward. I have my trebs.
Do waszych usług.
Clicked up for arbalist as well. Bulls just have nice unit selection. I'm gonna send these in here to deal with the bombard cannon, since attention is gonna be drawn to the rams. We are gonna clean up these bombard cannons. I'm trying to get the arbalist through as well, since as I said, castle fire is probably gonna be put onto everything else that's here. This is all gonna get mopped up, but keeping an eye over here. These vills are parked, waiting to take their next commands. Look at these siege rams. And murder holes is in, so I can't be hanging out under any castles anytime soon. Sending the arbalist up here. They're gonna easily through that fence. They're through here. I've set the winged hussars over on these. I see that there's flags in there. There's something waiting to come out. Obviously, we know that it's the elite skirms. So bill kills are going to start coming in for myself. But my opponent has officially used these bills to drop this castle here, which are immediately going to start firing here. The horns are ringing. Winged hussars are coming over here for my opponent. They're going to want to get through this fence. I need to do as much damage as I can over here. I'm trying to kill this town center that never went up. There's a siege workshop that was also dropped by my opponent. He's taking this house down. These villas are in trouble. Like I said, I'm trying to raid through here and clean up whatever I can. This castle fire onto this ram is going to do quite a bit of damage, along with the gloom here onto the ram. But a lot of idle eco for my opponent here. I would say almost 50%, or over 50% of his eco or his villagers aren't doing anything. The rams are coming in here, but the only thing that's in their range is farms at this point. So that's not going to do much. He has officially gotten through here. This looks like an overchop on my part, so these vills are going to be slaughtered. 53 vills, 55 we're up to for my opponent dying, and now my numbers are going to start going up. This gate is a little dangerous. I did notice this at some point. And opted to drop a castle here to protect everything that's in here. I'm trying to get this castle down now. This ram is doomed. Another one's coming in, but we have 4 trebs in that castle. That castle doesn't stand a chance. I am still producing a ton of winged hussars. I have directed some of the winged hussars back this way to try and deal with this. We now have elite ghouls for my opponent. He's got this siege or bomber cannon trying to take my castle down. I've cleaned up most of the eco in this ring here. There's nothing left. Those town centers are gone that were in here. 2 on the outside still. Also wants to drop a town center where my town center once existed. But my opponent is out of resources, and I think we know the GG is coming in soon here. But this would have been, if this castle wasn't here, I would have been in a similar situation to my opponent. So great match against Maximus here. He's got nothing else on food and wood. Gold is about to get cleaned up here as well. So we're down to the last 16 vills for my opponent. And whatever is in here. Krebs trying to get through my wall here, but there's really nothing left. So GG was called. Well played. Hats off to Maximus. That was a fun one. Great match. Early pressure was very, very stressful. Working this gate and then having another excuse me, went off. Another scout over here causing me to, you know, have to play both sides, my arena and base. The archers were the lifesaver at that point, being able to deal with one side and, you know, being able to repair this with fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed that match as much as I did. 5 relics, Jesus. But that's gonna do it for me. For now, feel free to like, comment, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.